More Windrush generation nonsense. Myths, lies and make-believe. We need to start telling the truth about the Windrush generation. The Empire Windrush boat landed in 1948. They weren't invited, they just turned up because they could. They just turned up. The myths now go that we invited the Caribbeans to come over to help rebuild the country after the Second World War. Again, not true. The government didn't invite anybody over. What happened was these boats, like Windrush, were trying to make a living, had empty cabins and decided, I wonder if people in the Caribbean want to go to England, and sold them tickets. That's exactly what happened. 1948 the boat landed. By 1950, 2 years later, the Labour government had set up a government committee looking at immigration, because at that point 2 years later the people of the country were saying, we don't want immigration, we don't want it. The Labour government had to start looking into it. That was 2 years after Windrush landed. The people of Windrush were nice people. They came for a better life because they didn't want to live in the Caribbean. So they came here for a better life and found a better life and stayed. But the myth now goes they rebuilt the cities. No, they didn't. And this poster here, we are not guests in Britain's story. We are the authors of it. No, you're not. You're the immigrants of it. Just like my dad. You came here for a better life because your country wasn't good enough. Just like my dad. We need to stop infantilizing the Windrush generation. We need to stop lying and make-believe. They came here. Some became bus conductors. Some worked in the NHS. But we already had those things. We didn't need immigration. We've never needed immigration. And this infantilization of Caribbean people as if they were amazing, as if we needed them, as if they improved the country. They didn't. They didn't. They were probably very nice people. I grew up with many of them. They're nice people. But they didn't build Manchester. They didn't build Birmingham or London. They took advantage of the work my ancestors have done, your ancestors have done. Because that's what immigrants always do. That's why my dad came here, to take advantage of what the English had developed and what the English had built. We need to stop telling each other lies, and we need to start telling the truth. Nothing wrong with these people coming here in the 50s and 60s and making it their home. They came legally. They weren't wanted, but they came legally. That's not their fault that they may not have been wanted. They came and they stayed. But this nonsense of how they built the country and we owe them. We don't owe them anything. They still owe us. They owe us a debt of gratitude for us allowing them to come and stay, even though they weren't invited. We need a big thank you. And I write about that in one of my books. How immigrants and children of immigrants and the world in general need to thank the English for everything we've done. We created the modern world. We created the first world country that many people from the third world have benefited from. Of course they have. Why do you think they came? Why do you think they came? Please subscribe. See you next time.